Hi, Sarah. How are you today? Hey, everybody, I'm back. Sylvia, any idea why, here's a question for you. Why do storm chasers have pits in their glass? And have stinky pits? Two questions. Why do we have pits in our glass, and why are our pits stinky? Okay, let's hear an answer. Okay is not an answer. All right, I'll tell you. All right, stinky pits, obviously, because we rarely bathe while we're out here. No, we do, but you get stinky. Just getting in and out of the car, the heat and humidity, everything like that. So we have stinky pits, and other areas are also stinky. And the reason we have pits in the windshields, and they show up really well when you're driving and we're pointing right at the sun, is because there are tiny little rocks that are hurled by the winds of severe thunderstorms that are continually battering your windshield. And over about a year or two, you end up with a lot of pits on the windshield. And for live streaming, it gets so bad that I usually have to replace my windshield once or twice a year, either for hail damage or just for the pits. So I will be getting this windshield replaced because it's got one big old hail crack right down the middle of it, and it's starting to get a little too pitted for my liking. I'll be changing out the windshield probably in February as I prepare for next season. So that is the reason. Sandblasting and heat and humidity. Yeah, ask Siri. Exactly. Oh, I tell you what, folks, I can't pass up this beautiful clear sky. Look at it. Isn't that a big difference from yesterday? And I tell you what, I've got to get back to the Grand Canyon. It's just about a 3-hour trip out of my way, 3 to 4 hours out. So I'm so close. Why not? It was like yesterday when I decided to rescue Hampton. I'm so close. I may as well do it. Today, I'd be driving all the way, all day today, regretting the fact that I did not go back to the canyon and get some shots with the sky nice and clear like it is. So this is for you guys as much as it is for me. I know you enjoyed yesterday's, clouds and stuff that was in the canyon, but today you're going to really enjoy these clear conditions as well. Yeah, after that, I am going to be leaving and going toward home, although we got some good news. Caroline's blood work is fine. Her doctor doesn't seem too concerned. He said, I'll just see her next Thursday. And my son is going to be staying with her at the house starting tonight and through Sunday. So, and I should be getting home on Sunday, even if I make a couple of more stops. So I'm not going to be doing the marathon drive home as I had expected I would. Might actually still try to catch the balloons going up briefly tomorrow morning at sunrise in Albuquerque, if we time it out just right. But I will not be staying for the balloon fiesta. Again, that's going to be something that I do with my daughter. But if I happen to be in the tomorrow morning and we see the balloons, that's awesome. If not, no big deal. We'll catch it another time. So, yeah, good news. I will, Bob. I will get some shots of the canyon, and also I do plan on stopping by the Petrified Forest. That's a fun one to kind of walk around, so I'm hoping I can get a Facebook stream out of there so we can kind of walk around and enjoy the petrified wood. Yeah, you know, we got a real up and down signal, but the hamster dance would probably work okay right now. I need everybody to switch over to Ustream. Let me get that going here real quick. First off, let me get over here and do this, and just everybody here in a minute or two, let me know if you got me on Ustream. I just clicked on Ustream, so it should be up here any second. I'll give it time to get through commercials. Folks, if you don't know how to get to Ustream, just go to the stormscapelive.tv page. Up at the very top, you'll see all these tabs. It'll say, you know, Mike Phelps Ustream. Click on that tab, and it will take you to Ustream. You can toggle between YouTube and Ustream. Right now, I'm up on both, but I'll close down YouTube because I would get fired from YouTube if I played music. So we have to be very careful not to play music on YouTube. But on Ustream, you can, at least for now. So we're going to play the hamster dance once everybody tells me that they've got a good strong signal. Matthew has gotten stronger, and that's good news for the United States. It looks like it's going to turn poleward because it is getting strong real fast, and it's probably going to miss the United States to the east. The only area that I would be concerned about come about Wednesday or Thursday would be the Outer Banks. If it's a pretty major hurricane at that time, it's probably likely to produce some high surf and beach erosion on the Outer Banks. Even if it misses the Outer Banks, it'll still have an effect because it's going to probably be a very large hurricane. But Florida's off the hook. You know, there'll be high surf and rip currents there, maybe a little beach erosion as well. All up and down the East Coast, that's going to be the case. But in terms of a direct hit, it is looking more and more likely by the second that Matthew is going to miss most of the United States, which is good news. All right, that's my Matthew update. Yep, 969 or 966, something like that this morning, but 108 mile an hour winds at flight level, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. We'll keep an eye on it, but right now it looks like pretty much a non-threat for everybody but the Outer Banks. All right, let me get YouTube turned off, and we will get hamster dance going. And Hampton will be doing a little dance for you, finally. Although we're going back down, and I want to wait. We're going down in this valley right now, and I'm concerned we're going to lose the stream. In fact, I would feel better if we just waited a little longer until we get past this particular area of hills and ridges and get into the next valley, which is just really not very far away. Even though the stream is pretty solid, I just feel like we might lose it. We wouldn't want that to happen. Yeah, it'll be quite the hurricane for places like Jamaica and Cuba, the eastern end of Cuba, but not looking like too much of a threat for the United States. Now, if it should weaken for some odd reason, I don't know why it would, it might start, continuing more west-southwest and that would delay the turn to the north. But typically, when these things become very powerful, they turn sharply to the north and recurve, as we call it. And this one, even though it's pretty far south and sure looks menacing and worrisome now, all indications are that it's going to make that hard north turn, miss the United States. But definitely something to watch. Whenever you've got a monster lurking that close, and weird stuff happens, These things don't follow conventional wisdom a lot of times. We know that. We can't totally write it off. But also, as right now, at least indications are looking good that it's a U.S. miss. But it doesn't mean that that's going to be the case. Hey, Bob, I'm probably not going to do that today because I've got time constraints. I'm going to go straight to that spot where I streamed yesterday on the east end of the Grand Canyon, and really not much walk up. It's just right there on the rim. So I'll do that another time. That is a good thing to do because it is pretty dramatic how that happens. You don't even know there's a canyon there. I mean, everything is just flat, looks normal, and then boom, there it is, a mile drop. But yeah, I'm going to skip the village today. It's just too many people hanging around and too much walking. And I just want to get straight to my spot, stream for about 30 minutes straight, just enjoy it, and then get on the road, head down to the Petrified Forest. And Al, that is a boring area, no doubt, the Mississippi Delta, but it's also the only area in the southeast where I actually enjoy storm chasing and have had a fair amount of success. So I'm looking forward to the second season here coming up later in October and November and December in the Mississippi Delta area for potential tornadic supercells again this year, and I'll be out there in them if they happen. Because you can see them because it's flat and it looks an awful lot like Oklahoma. Yep, going up to Flagstaff, taking the same route I took yesterday up, I think it's 108 or 180, something like that. I don't know, but it's that one road that cuts northwest out of Flagstaff up to 64, and then I'll come in the south side and just bypass the village and get right on over to the east end of the canyon pretty quickly, I think, today. All right, we are not far from Flagstaff. We're over that last ridge here. I think I may be, and I better not. Still a little bit too hilly here with ins and outs on the Signal Sarah, so we're going to wait a little longer here on our Amsterdams. We have a decent chance of seeing some thunderstorms in the mountains today. We're already getting cumulus towering up over the higher peaks up here in North Arizona. But it should not be a rainy day in the canyon, at least when we get there. Getting there a little earlier today before all the clouds and rain move in. It is pretty to see those clouds on the mountains, though. That one peak up here near Flagstaff, which I believe is the highest point in Arizona. It's really got some pretty clouds shrouding it right now. Yeah, hopefully no fog. You never know. I mean, there may be fog down in that base of that canyon. I don't know. I'm not a big expert on the weather out here, but it just seems like today is a drier day. At least a drier morning. So I just feel it's worth a shot. I mean, I could get up there and it's just, the weather will be terrible again. You never know up here. All right, is everybody on Ustream? Let me know. I think Sarah might be at work, so she might be having. Hey, Luna. Hey there, Coach. I rebooted and killed Ustream for right now. Everybody, Minnesota was talking about buffering and some issues, so I thought maybe a reboot would help. Let me know if it did, if everybody's seeing a really strong, solid signal now. And we're getting quite a bit closer to Flagstaff. I think we're kind of coming out of these little ridges here, and I can see the mountains around Flagstaff quite clearly now with the clouds. See how pretty that is? Look at these clouds hanging on these mountains. Isn't that awesome? That is just beautiful. I love that view. That is spectacular. Minnesota, are you still around? Let me know if that reboot helped you. I always strive and try to make sure everybody's got the best signal they can get, the best view. So I do everything on my end to fix any issues. YouTube crystal clear. Good deal. That's what I want to hear. Yeah, I turned Ustream off. I'll flip it back on here. Alright, Ustream is back up. Hamster Dance is queued, ready to go. All I need is for somebody to give me the green light to go. All right. YouTube is off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.